This postseason of the NFL has already rewritten the history books with more fourth quarter lead changes than ever, with more game-winning touchdowns in the final 3 minutes than in any postseason that we have ever seen. Now, the wildcard round has lived up to its hype and has lived up to its name. And historically, when we've seen the wild card transpire in the way that it has, the divisional round usually delivers something a lot heavier than what we have seen. Now, these matchups going into the divisional round are not just mere matchups, but stress tests. Stress tests that are going to test quarterbacks, coaches, and the teams, and that are going to write and rewrite narratives going into the rest of the playoffs and the future of the NFL. Now, every road leads to Santa Clara, leading to Super Bowl 60. But first, we have the 4 games that decide who actually deserve to be there. Now, let us kick it off with the AFC. In the AFC, the first game we have is the Bills versus the Broncos, which I think is arguably one of the biggest games we've seen so far in the playoffs. A lot of narratives here, a lot of narratives, particularly on one man, that man being Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen has historically suffered to make it through to the big game in the postseason when he's had to come up against Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and the almighty Patrick Mahomes. Now, this year it is completely different. Allen now is faced to go to Denver and be up against the Broncos. Now, let's start off with this game, right? So, Buffalo at Denver. Now, because this is like the one people that are most uncomfortable picking against, right? I'm going to pick against. Now, Josh Allen, don't get me wrong, is still Josh Allen. And statistically, he's had another elite season. I mean, Allen has finished the year, now I'm reading the stats, he's finished the year with 368,000 passing yards, 25 passing touchdowns, and another 14 scores on the ground as well. Now, accounting for nearly 75% of the Buffalo's total offensive touchdowns. So, Allen, for me, even though the Bills have a decently dynamic offense, he is the offense. If he's not ticking, then their offense isn't ticking at all. Now, with all of that being said, and Josh Allen and all of these stats are great, and he's played pretty good football, the Buffaloes are limping into Denver, into this game. They're coming into this game being battered and bruised. Now, the Bills allowed pressure on over 31% of Josh Allen's drop back passes this season. That is a bottom 10 percentile unit. And now they're walking into an altitude game against one of the league's most physical defenses and pass rushing defense. Now, Denver's defense is not just good. It has shown consistently throughout the year that they are an elite defensive outfit. They have won games for the Broncos where the Broncos being down, the defense has done their job and allowed Bo Nix and the rest of the offense to just give a certain level of consistency. The defense the Denver's defense has brought Denver to this position in the postseason. Now, the Broncos finished the regular season as a top 3 defense in total pressure rate and had 2 plays with double-digit sacks, including Nico Bonita having a 14-sack campaign, which has been absolutely phenomenal to watch him play. Now, Zach Allen as well added interior disruption with 47 QB quarterback hits, which matters a lot in the context of this game, considering that Josh Allen, the way he plays and the way he loves to drop back, right? Now, this game, for me, I think is won and lost with the opposition quarterback in Bo Nix. Now, Nix hasn't really been spectacular statistically. I mean, with 3,931 yards, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But he has done one thing really, really well. I think one of the best throughout the NFL. He has been able to protect late leads. Now, Denver, they are 8-1 in one-score games, largely because Knicks has avoided turnovers in the fourth quarter when it has mattered the most. Where we see in a game that to me blew my mind, how they came back from such a massive deficit in the fourth quarter to the Giants to then come within a score in the fourth quarter and then beat the Giants. That for me, that's one of the most enjoyable games of football I've watched, and I was super impressed by seeing Bo Nix being really poised, sticking to his progressions, and also Denver just running the ball as well, just protecting the ball, protecting the lead, not forcing anything when that doesn't need to be forced. And that is, I think, going to pay dividends in this matchup when Bo Nix is going to be required to have a certain level of poise going into this game, facing up against an experienced quarterback like Josh Allen. Now, if Denver can run the ball at league average efficiency and shorten the game and just chew clock, this defense will keep them alive 100%. They have tried and tested this formula throughout the season. Now, I hate this for the Buffalo fans and all of the Josh Allen glazers, but health, altitude, and pressure in January in the playoffs always matters, and that's why I think the Broncos survive and they make their way to the AFC Championship game. Now, the next game we have in the AFC is going to be the Texans versus the Patriots. Now, this is to me a game that's going to be super close. Looking at Houston's defense, they've been terrifying. Like, quite honestly, like terrifying this season. They are first in yards allowed per game, which is 175 yards, and top 5 in their pressure rate. Now, players like Will Anderson Jr., who is an incredible edge rusher, has turned this playoff and their late regular season run into absolute chaos for quarterbacks all around. I mean, watching their game against the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback, but he was put under pressure the entire game. Now, what the Patriots have, though, is efficiency, discipline, and control. And it all starts with one person, and that is Drake Maye. Drake Maye has finished his second season with 4,394 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions, and a league's best of 113.5 passer rating amongst playoff quarterbacks. And even more telling, New England have ranked top 3 in third down conversions and top 5 in red zone efficiency. Those two stats there of third down conversion rate and red zone efficiency are essential. They're paramount for your survival rate in the playoffs. Now, this game, like I said, is likely to be a very low-scoring field possession game, but I think here's a separator. New England, they have committed the fewest penalties per game than the Houston have, and Houston, offensively, they have struggled when forced into obvious passing down. So if New England's able to stop the run and force Houston to pass, I think we see New England taking this. Now, with that being said, with Houston's defense being so strong, CJ Stroud just needs to kind of go back into his mind and play like he played in 2023, where he had a really, really good season. He just needs to not do the dumb thing. He needs to just secure the ball. Don't throw the dumb throw. Like I said, they've struggled offensively when they've been forced to pass the ball downfield. Now, bubble screens are not good, and checkdowns are not going to win this game against the Patriots. So if the Patriots can force the Houstons to make throws, I likely see the Houstons losing, and I see the Patriots advancing. They're at home in weather that the Houstons aren't used to, with a quarterback who protects the football really well. And I don't know if it's just me, but I'm getting that Brady, Belichick at home playoff vibe right now, and it's very tough to go against the Patriots at this moment. So I think the Patriots advance into the AFC Championship, where they will then face the Broncos. Now, moving over to the NFC. The NFC, we have the 49ers, San Francisco 49ers versus the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the 49ers, they've been really, really heroic, and they've really been tough in the season, where they had their starting QB out for part of the season, where they've been riddled with multiple injuries. But three things are guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and the football tax man coming up to get what he deserves. And unfortunately, San Francisco have played 3 short week games in the final month, and by the end of the season, they rank bottom 5 in defensive snaps continuity due to their injuries. Like the Bills, the 49ers are hurt. It's that simple. They are hurt, missing a lot of men, and I don't know if that'll be enough to beat the Seahawks. Now, meanwhile, Seattle, they have become quietly the most consistent team and most balanced team in the NFL. Now, Sam Darnold, he finishes with 4,048 yards, passing yards, 25 touchdowns, and most importantly, Seattle finished top 5 in rushing EPA and top 3 in defensive points allowed after week 10. So they've just been slowly, gradually climbing, becoming quietly the most consistent team from week 10. And now this Seahawks team never really asks Sam Darnold to be Superman. All they ask for him is to be efficient and effective. When Seattle rushed for 120 plus yards, they went 10-1 this season. They went 10-1, showing that if the defense can show up on the day, I think it's barbecue chicken for the Seattle Seahawks. Not to be a hater on the Niners or anything, I just don't think that they can withstand this level of pressure from Seattle. So I think Seattle take this and they move on to the NFC Championship game the following week. Now, the final game of the divisional round, we see the Rams versus the Bears. Now, this is where I think experience isn't just cliche, because experience is a word used a lot in sports, but it is a weapon in this case. Now, this one looks a lot closer on paper than what it actually is. Now, Matthew Stafford has had a monster of a season. 4,700 plus passing yards, 46 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions, and led the NFL in explosive pass plays. The Rams finished as a top 5 offense in yards per game, and most importantly, number 1 in offensive EPA when leading, which means once they're ahead, they squeeze the game completely dry. Chicago's future is absolutely bright. Now, Caleb Williams has been absolutely solid with 3,900 plus passing yards, 27 touchdowns, but he also took 47 sacks, and the Bears rank bottom 10 in pass protection win rate. Now, Sean McVay versus a first-year head coach, Stafford versus a rookie QB. January doesn't really forgive in terms of the learning curve, and I don't care what anyone says about, oh, the Rams are going to go play the Bears, it's going to be cold, this, that, and the third. The weather means nothing, folks. We have a veteran on the other side who's played umpteenth times in the playoffs versus a QB who this is one of his first playoff runs. I'm sorry, regardless of the weather, I just don't see the Bears doing this. I'd love to be corrected and see kind of a Cinderella story come here, but weather doesn't scare the Rams. Their physicality doesn't scare them at all, and they've already shown that they can win ugly. So I see the Rams moving on. Folks, to recap this, we have the Bills versus the Broncos. I see the Broncos moving on to the AFC Championship game, as well as the Patriots joining the Broncos in the AFC Championship game. Moving to the NFC real quick, I see the Seahawks defeating the bruised and battered Niners, taking the first lot in the NFC Championship, and I see the Rams taking the final NFC Championship spot. Now, those are my predictions. Let me know y'all's predictions down in the comment section below. If you love the NFL, if you love hearing a weird accent, a South African accent, speaking about the NFL, make sure that you share this video, like this video, share, subscribe, and let me know how I can better report the NFL. As you can see, it's my first time. I got all my stats and such on my screen here. But hey, we're just having fun. Folks, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.